The growth in Clark County the last few years has been insane. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington channel. I'm your host, Hannah Dubyne, and I'm thankful you're here today because we're talking about the amazing growth in Clark County the last few years. Not the last few years, why did I say that? The last few decades, honestly. This county has grown tremendously, really since the 80s and the 90s, and it's gonna grow even more. So some people are for it, some people don't like it. Let me know what you think about the growth down below in the comments. By the way, if you're new here, subscribe to our channel. We post a new video every single week. We've been doing it for years, and we love to bring you the information that you can't find anywhere else. So if you've lived in Clark County for, I don't know, the last 10 years or more, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, you know that we have had a lot of growth. We used to be a lot smaller, there was a lot more farmland, there was a lot more open space with trees, and now we have more houses, we have more commercial buildings, and that growth is not stopping anytime soon because we have a lot of people who are moving here and a lot of people who want to move here and haven't moved here yet. Some quick stats for you to understand the growth in Clark County. First of all, we've had 1.6% average growth every year for the last 15 years. That doesn't sound like a lot for, 1.6. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot for 15 years. Like that's really good, and that compounds on itself. So we really have grown a lot. We are the fastest growing county in the Portland Metro. I actually just learned this the other day, but the official Portland Metro is 5 counties in Oregon and 2 counties here in Southwest Washington. Good job, Clark County, on being number 1. We are growing faster than Portland. And when people think of Portland Metro, they think of Portland. Of course, it's called Portland Metro, but we are growing faster. We have more opportunities here. We push more permits through. We are really the more desirable place to live these days. To illustrate that point even more, we had 14,000 people move from Portland side to Vancouver in 2022. That's the most recent statistic I could find. I'm sorry, that's really not that new. That's 2 years old now, but 14,000 people moved across the river. They were looking for a lifestyle change. They were looking for more affordable housing. They were looking for less taxes. And that's the things that we have and we can offer on this side of the river. All right, this one's gonna blow your mind a little bit, but right now our population estimate, what I could find online in Clark County, is around 520,000 people. They live in Clark County right now. By 2045, which is about 20 years away, whoever estimates the population says that we're gonna have 718,154 people that live here. We're gonna add 200,000 people in the next 20 years. We're gonna add 100,000 people per decade, which I guess if you break that down by year equally, we're gonna add 10,000 people a year. That's a lot of people. We gotta make room for those folks. That's a lot of growth. Our GDP in 2022 was $24.5 billion, billion, and that's an inconceivable amount of money. I can't picture $1 billion. That's a lot. So a lot of things go through here in Clark County, and our median household income right now is about $90,000. The exact number is $90,115. That was in 2023. So combined, 2 people making income together, $90,000. All this to say, I think this is inevitable, but we really need more housing and more infrastructure to fuel all of this growth. It's great to grow, to bring more economic opportunities, hopefully more big businesses and jobs to the area, but we need places for those people to live. I totally get that growth is difficult and it's really hard to see treed areas knocked down and things change. Let me know what you think about that growth down below in the comments, by the way. But we need way more houses. So Camas is also expecting to add 10,000 residents, right? Just the city of Camas. Right now we have 25,000-ish residents. So we're gonna almost double in the next 20 years. That's kind of crazy, right? Like that's a lot of people to add. The state government, our current governor, 𝐂𝐬𝐨 is really pushing for dense housing options. I went out and I did a really fun video this summer called, what do we call it? I don't know. We talked to people in front of 𝐂𝐬𝐹 and we asked them their favorite and their least favorite parts of living in Camas and Clark County. And a lot of them said that the houses were too tight together. There's too many townhouses, too many condos, too many apartments. You can watch that video right here too. We'll link it. link it down below because it was a fun video. You can hear exactly what people think about living here. But I heard that over and over again, and it's not like developers are like, oh, we could build whatever we want. Let's choose to build an apartment, or let's choose to build a condo building. They are having less options every single year, in strong part due to our state government. They are making it more difficult to build single family homes. And every single year, mark my word, we'll come back and watch this 10 years later, those lots are getting smaller and smaller. So if you want a 1/4 acre lot or a 1/3 acre lot, those are pretty much already gone, and they're just gonna get smaller and smaller and closer to your neighbor. The really dense housing options we talk about, townhouses, apartments, condos, you touch walls with your neighbor. You don't have your own 4 walls and your own piece of land. So expect to see more dense housing options going forward. If you don't like that, which personally I prefer to live in a single family home, most of us do, that's what most of my clients like to live in, then you are welcome to get involved with your local and state governments and voice your opinion and let them know, hey, this isn't what we want. We have a lot of major developments in the cities going on right now. Many of them I've covered. The Vancouver Innovation Center, I made 2 videos on that. Go watch those. The Columbia Palisades, I've made multiple videos on that development in Camas in Vancouver right on 192nd. Go check out that video. The Vancouver Waterfront, I've made many videos on that as well. Vancouver Waterfront's done versus the other 2 I mentioned are not done, they're in process. The Vancouver Waterfront took 18 years to go from start to open. That's a really long time. And it's been very positively received by the community, but there's everything down there. There's housing, apartments, condos, ownership, restaurants, shops, coffee shops, wine tasting places, office buildings. So that is what we're gonna see more of in the Palisades, the Vic, also the Ridgefield Waterfront. Also the Port of Camas, Washougal, Parker's Landing Waterfront, that's gonna get developed and be the same thing. All of those major developments are gonna bring us more housing, more retail options, more jobs, more everything. I will add that I have people who call, text, and email me in my office every single day, pretty much. Like if we average it out, someone is reaching out to us every single day about moving here. That's a lot of people, especially considering I'm just one realtor, right? There's other people they could be reaching out to as well. There are so many people who want to move here. We have so many benefits of living here. It is not going to stop. And so Clark County is trying to manage that growth, right? And do a good job with it. They're not perfect. I know they're gonna stumble along the way, but I think they're doing a solid job so far. I have one last interesting statistic I'll leave you with. I pulled this off of our MLS, where all of our real estate listings are, the other day. About 20% of our sales are new construction homes, 20%. And we're already in a low inventory situation where we don't have a lot of homes for sale for people, but a lot of people either need to move homes or they want to live here. I hear people all the time say they feel like there's too much growth and development, there's too many houses being built, but we already don't have enough, and 20% is new construction. I would expect that as this county continues to grow, that 20% is gonna expand. It's gonna become 25%, maybe even 30% of our housing market here. As someone who loves Clark County and loves this community, I really wish only the best for us as we continue to grow. Anytime there's change, there are people who are gonna come out with their interests more taken care of, and other people who are gonna maybe not have their interests taken care of. That's just the way of the world. Everyone has opposing interests. I hope that our city and our county officials can take those interests into consideration and make adjustments appropriately. I look forward to continue to share the good news about new construction options in Clark County because we have a lot of them and there's some really good ones out there. So all that to say, I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have an opinion about the growth in Clark County, I want to hear it down below in the comments. And thanks for watching. If you need help selling or buying a home in Clark County, myself and my team at Dubyne Realty Group would love to serve you. Text us, email us, DM us on Instagram at Hannah Dubyne, and we can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.